will not leave my mate for. That's what really love is. When you love somebody.
I agree too. That's part of that unconditional love. I think that you never know what types of medical issues or problems arise that they just can't have intercourse anymore. But I wouldn't just leave because we could no longer have intercourse, no.
Number 7, can you totally love your mate's child as your own? Again, this is your mate's child, not your child.
Yes, you can love your mate child as your own. You can take the child in and you can grow him up as a child of yours. Love him, cherish him growing up, and let he be a child of your own. Even if he's not of your own name, you can love that child. And that's the greatest love a man can have when you have a mate with a child. That's the greatest love, to love your child as your own.
I could love his child as my own. Also, I was fortunate enough to meet someone who didn't have kids, but had he had kids, I would have loved his kids just as my own. And he did the same for me. I did have a child when I met him. She was 2, and he has loved her. She's now 21. He has loved her truly as his own. Never once called her a stepchild. Never once said, I have 3 kids and 1 stepchild. She's always been his daughter since we've been married, at least. So, and I've always appreciated that.
Of course, not your biological child. Can you wholeheartedly love your mate's child as if it was your very own? Number 8, did you settle? Or did you get exactly what you wanted in a mate?
Yes, you get exactly what you want in a mate, but that's what it really go into when it said a mate. When you have a mate, you said what God joined together, like no man put asunder. So it's good to have a mate and love a mate.
You feel like you got what you wanted in a mate?
Yes, I got what I wanted in a mate, and I wouldn't give her up for nothing else.
I got what I wanted in a mate. I was very young when I got married, and in total honesty, I got exactly what I wanted in a mate, but I think sometimes what you want and need as you get older kind of changes. So some of the changes that I've made in my life now might not have been the same choice in my later years that it was the same in my earlier years, but I did get what I wanted in a mate.
Physically, financially, emotionally, personality. Did you get everything you want, or did you settle? Number 9, if your mate cheated, could you forgive your mate and move forward in the relationship? Or once a cheat, always a cheat?
Okay, in that situation, say, alright, if you can't have no more intercourse with your mate, and you have a friend.
She said, if I cheated, could you forgive me?
Yes, I will forgive. I will forgive my mate and move on. For we all make mistakes. So if she cheat, I forgive her.
I agree. I feel like we all make mistakes. No one is human. Now, just constantly cheating and going on and being indignant and disrespecting, no, I'd have a hard time with that. I really would. But I mean, we all make mistakes. We're not perfect. So if he did, and thus far I don't feel like he has. If he has, he's been pretty good about keeping it under wraps. Cheating on me. Ooh, look at that. See how he looking? Well, I'm going to have to investigate now. See, he's looking kind of sideways at me. Well, if I don't know about it, I ain't going to worry about it. But, yeah, I will forgive him. I mean, I think we'll be able to move on. We went through some pretty ups and downs as of 19 years. So I would forgive him.
Number 10 and last. What's the last really nice thing or thoughtful or considerate thing that you did for your mate outside the bedroom? Again, what's the last really nice thing or thoughtful or considerate or kind or loving thing that you did for your mate?
Oh, nerd.
Men, that was outside the bedroom.
Oh, that was a tight question. Well,
to say the least.
The least, really, I like to hug and walk down the road, but most of the time,
she said, "What's the last thing you did for me?" Not know what you want to do and no fantasy. What's the last thoughtful and nice thing you did? You can back it up and you hear.
Okay, the last nice thing I do for my mate is when Mother's Day come, I just give the children them some money and say, alright, you all just take this and buy it for your mother. And that's the last thing, and take our purse out to our car and walk out to the car and go to the gas station with her and pump gas in the car. That's the last thing for me.
Okay, I was like, he ain't give me enough for Mother's Day, y'all, so don't believe that one. Don't believe that. But he does do some of the smaller things like he just mentioned, but to be trying to get no kudo points on this video, tell no lies. But what's the last nice thing I did for him? I don't know. You know, I folded his clothes. I folded his clothes. How about that? He like to wash his clothes and stockpile them in a corner in a basket and just live out of the basket. So periodically I'll fold up his clothes and, you know, have the kids put them away or put them on his dresser or something like that. But honestly, you know, I guess we need to work on that. You know, when you try to bring it to the forefront and let you see what's got going on, then you realize, wow, we really haven't done much for each other, huh? Okay, well, I don't know how long this video ran. I hope it's not too long, or we're going to have to do it again. Okay, let me stop it now.